The Seattle Seahawks Thursday practice is in the books, which means that they just have tomorrow's walkthrough and then afternoon practice before they head to the East Coast to take on the New England Patriots. So let's get to the video.
We want to not have that happen going forward, but anytime you have adversity and you're able to overcome it, it always speaks well for your team, for the guys on the team. But obviously, we'd like to start a lot better, and that's been the emphasis all week is starting fast and obviously sustaining it throughout the entire game. Those type of things, and just out there doing our jobs. I thought we did a better job at that in the second half, and then you could see the consistency in our drives, and so. I think if we just do a better job at that, we'll have a shot. In enough words, just how good he is with the ball in his hands. One of the best I've ever seen. You've seen him. I've never seen a running back suplex a defensive lineman with the ball in his hands. I mean, just think about just how much fight that kid has, and then obviously, man, just the things that he does on the field. He's a leader on our offense. We need him to do well. And that's something that we expect from him. And so Ken's been doing a great job since he's gotten here. He's only been getting better each and every year, and so for us, man, I'm just happy to be his teammate. I get a couple blocks in here and there whenever he cuts it back, so I'm able to put some of that on tape as well. Right thing, obviously reading the defense and taking whatever they give me, not trying to force things. I think that's where decision making comes in. Is when you just kind of take what they give you, make the right read, and allow the system to work for you. And then there's times where obviously you gotta go above and beyond the X's and O's, and you gotta make plays when sometimes they aren't there. And so having that balance of the two is very important. Belichick defense, obviously they want to be physical up front. They want to, muddy up your run game. They want to give you a bunch of different looks as far as fronts go. And then, having those thumpers at linebacker, one of them's 250, the other's like 240, so they want to go downhill. They want to attack your offensive line. They want to, press the line of scrimmage. And then they want to be, play man coverage in the back end. They want to get hands on guys. They trust their guys to run with any receiver. And you can see that, man. Coach Mayo, I think he's doing a great job with those guys. Having them believing in themselves and in the system. And so you can see that on tape from week one. And, for us, it's about just taking advantage of our matchups and then obviously, blocking them up front. And if they do blitz, they'll bring a safety or a nickel. And so that's more of a blitz to me. And you got to be aware of those things, and you got to have your eyes in the right places, reading the right keys to know, which guy's going to be blitzing and where your hots are if there is any. But overall, man, different scheme. They run a few different coverages, but that's just the way they do it, compared to the Broncos. And like I said, you can see him on tape, man. He's phenomenal. He finishes runs. Having him, Ken, K-Mac, even George in that room, man. I think we have a really great room. But Zach is a guy that we're going to continue to count on. He's always going to do his thing when he's out there, and I expect him to play well.
I don't know. I can't really say it was anything like too unexpected. I feel like we just did what we normally do every single day, which is we run to the ball, we give relentless effort, we tackle well, we practice on tackling. I mean, I want to say almost every day we're out there. We got some form of tackling circuit or tackling drill. So I don't think anything really too much surprised me, but it was good to just see like everything come into fruition. Like everything we've been practicing and everything, just kind of go from the practice field to the game. I mean, they're not trying to hide anything. They tell you everywhere in the media, wherever, they're trying to run the ball. That's what they're trying to do. They got a good back in 38. So, as well as we tackled last week is last week. And, every week is a new opportunity. So we have to come out there and showcase those same abilities and skill again, especially against a runner like this. Is really high. He really understands the game of football. He's on the details, the ultimate professional, and then he's a playmaker at the end of the day. So just having a guy like that to be back there with you just makes it that much more easier. Every week, no matter what you did last week, come out here, try to be better the following week, and so on and so forth. It looked like that on film every single Sunday. You had Sherman locked down corner. You had Cam, big hitter, big presence on the field. Earl, he's back there. He was back there just really controlling the airways, controlling the middle of the field. So, and making those eraser tackles that, his team needed to make. So,
did it change your?
And we had to do it to the best of our ability. I mean, once you get to, worrying about other people's positions, that's when stuff just goes just south. So you really have to just hone in on what you need to do, take care of the moment, no matter like what happened previously, take care of the moment, and then the game will kind of just start to piece itself together.
You're to beat, but it was a good one to start. We got the win. At the end of the day, that's the main focus. So just happy to leave the game with the dub and leave with a win and leave with stuff to work on to be ready for the next one. But it leaves a good taste in your mouth when you do it with a win. Their identity, it's a new team, new coach. They're creating their identity, and right now they're creating identity in the run game. So we're focused, and whatever it is, whatever their challenges, whatever they have, we have to have a plan for it. So at the end of the day, it's one of those things that you game plan, you figure out what they want to do and how they want to create it. We have made our best efforts to defend that. Some of the things, like I said, it's the bell. We have some guys down right now. So for me, it's next time mentality. And just being able to step up and be a person in that position, that's the biggest thing. There's not necessarily one person on this defense that's bigger or more than anybody. So the thing about it is that we can use so many people in different ways. And at the time, that was what was asked. It was me and asked of my team. So we just step up to the plate and be that player for us.
Out of the same skill sets. He's an excellent receiver out of the backfield. He's a very, very capable pass protector and obviously a very powerful runner. So I don't think there's anything in the game plan that would change if Ken was unavailable. So for us, it's business as usual.
All right, so there you go. Podium speakers were Geno Smith, Boye Mafe, and Rayshawn Jenkins, and you just heard what they had to say just in terms of taking on a good, fundamentally sound Patriots team, both on offense and defense. But before I go further into that, let's take a look at the injury report. You saw it, and so I think Ken Walker again did not participate. My guess, just my educated guess, would be that I don't think Ken Walker is going to play just because it's week 2. I think if it was week 18, then he probably would play. And you saw the clip I showed there of Ryan Grubb saying, hey, you know what? The offense, they don't change anything if Zach Charbonnet then takes over for Ken Walker, and they like what they've seen from Kenny McIntosh. And the other bad news there, the good news is that Terrell Dodson did not practice yesterday. He was limited today, which means that he's trending towards playing. And then the bad news is Phil Brown was limited to practice yesterday, and he did not practice today. What does it all mean? Hopefully, we'll know tomorrow, definitely, when that comes out. And then as far as the team focus to a man, I think they really just talked about being clean, playing good football from the beginning on the offense, because this is a Patriots team that shut down the Cincinnati Bengals just to 10 points, and they also sacked Joe Burrow 3 times, and of those 3 sacks, Keon White, defensive lineman for the Patriots, got 2.5 of those 3 sacks, so he's very active. And Grubb was asked today, how do you contain that? And I think what they'll do, you got to get that running game going on, and that's the key, and stay above scheduled for the change. That means that you get 4 point, maybe 5 yards on first down. And second, the idea is not to get to 3rd and long and keep it 3rd and manageable. That's what we say when they say, keep the rhythm and stay on schedule. Other than that, somebody asked, I can't remember who it was Jake Bobo, and I saw him in the locker room. I said, hey, Jake, one of my listeners or followers was asking, where's Jake Bobo? He said, look, tell him I'm right here and I'm having fun. And so we just had a moment and laughed. So as I told you, comments are being read. So there you go. I mean, I think really on a serious note, semi-serious, I think the Seahawks are really focusing on, they're looking at the opportunities that, the plays that were left on the table, even though they won. And so now it's about just improving. From the VMAC and Rented, I'm Osvita Marir, the Cascadia Sports.net report.